pregnant. In this episode, you're coming along for my first trimester pregnancy journey.
We have reached a phase where my clothes are not fitting.
Including thoughts on fertility,
This is all so surreal.
doubts and fears,
I genuinely never thought that I would have children.
pregnancy symptoms, doctor checkups,
I am so excited because today we're supposed to see a heartbeat.
keeping secrets,
Can I get a massage?
contemplating on the gender, and finally revealing the pregnancy to my loved ones. If you have no idea what happened and how I got to this point, you can see my whole journey and struggles in the first episode, which is linked down below. But for now, let's skip to the exact moment I found out my husband and me are becoming parents.
This is happening a lot. 1, 2 here. And a cup because like doing it on these things is not for weakness. So let's see. Baby, you're gonna be a big sis. You're gonna be a big sis, baby. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Obviously, it was a planned pregnancy.
But that doesn't mean you immediately get pregnant or even that you're going to have a smooth pregnancy. I have to admit, I thought I was quite informed about fertility, with almost all my friends having babies, most of them having some kind of fertility issue, and watching tons of YouTube videos on other people's fertility/pregnancy journeys. Turns out it's a completely different journey for each couple. Obviously, my husband and me evaluated our family history of fertility, which was pretty good from both ends. But after a few months, I started to get into the nitty-gritty details of fertility health. One very important finding I'm sharing in a bit, because maybe it might be helpful for someone else, but what also really enlightened me was that when you're tracking fertility in an app like I did, it's important to use the second day of your period as the starting point. In my case, I was also quite scared of complications due to the following.
I am 39. Yes, I'm that old. And I just didn't know if my body would be up for it. You never know. You hear these stories like, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so difficult. So I just didn't know. Many of my friends have struggled with pregnancy. So I know all of the stories and how hard it can be. But I just never had that feeling deep down inside. And it was more my mind saying like, well, you're 39. You don't know if this is going to be easy. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be a mom. Very, very, very important note. Anyways, I don't drink much. My husband also doesn't drink. We both completely gave up alcohol because it is so detrimental to fertility for the men and women. I will add a podcast to this because I listened to that podcast and then I realized that alcohol drinking, even when you're trying to get pregnant, is an absolute no-no, not just during the pregnancy. So I think that definitely helped. I just felt that was really good for both our health. And this is what I look like. Honestly, nothing. Like even with my regular clothes, the clothes that are usually a little bit tighter, they're still like quite loose. These white pants make it look like I have more stomach than I do, but honestly, like nothing, and I feel nothing. I am just dizzy all the time. Today is a little bit better, so I make sure that I eat enough. I have no morning sickness at all, but I'm not even 8 weeks pregnant, and usually the nausea. Dizziness is not necessarily a regular symptom, but apparently it is a symptom of pregnancy because the blood goes much more to your uterus to, feed the baby. So you might get dizzy, and that's the only thing that I'm feeling like. I'm just woozy all the time, but it gets better when I eat So I'm eating well. I've stopped intermittent fasting because you cannot do that when you're pregnant. And right now we are on our way, my husband and me, we are on our way to the first doctor's appointment, like the first in-person doctor's appointment. I had a video call with a doctor who prescribed me some supplements. I have, what is it called? This is all so surreal. I can't even tell you, like the fact that I'm now talking to a camera and this has been a dream for years. So I'm so grateful. Folic acid and some other supplements because I am a high-risk pregnancy because of my age. Again, I'm going to repeat, I'm 39. So yeah, I'm really pushing the boundaries of, getting pregnant. Blushing in my tummy. Okay, I'm going to the doctor now. Yeah. The app actually calculated it wrong the first time because it said 7 weeks, depending on the date of my last period. And then we went for the ultrasound and the doctor said that it was only 5 weeks. So like just like a little small circle. I'll speak a bit more on why I'm not allowed to film in the hospital or my doctor's appointments a little bit later. Basically, it has to do with the regulations in India, and I actually think it's a good thing. However, what I can tell you is that a match with your doctor is super important. The first doctor that I had was amazing and I loved her. And then in the middle of my second trimester, I had to switch doctors and I was not happy about that. Again, I switched and now the current doctor that I'm with is really nice as well. My first doctor was absolutely amazing because I was so new to this whole pregnancy thing. Especially all these checkups and stuff was completely new to me. Also, you have to kind of get into what you are eating, how much you can work. For me, it was also important to know if I could continue my yoga practice. Spoiler alert, I had to immediately stop my yoga practice, which was kind of scary also because that's how I manage my mental health. And now with this massive change in my life and obviously extra stress that comes with that, how am I supposed to manage my mental health if I'm not doing yoga?
Also, I was very nervous about how the pregnancy would affect my work, which is physically very intense. And what dietary restrictions are there exactly and how would I handle them low-key?
I'm ready to go to the second doctor's appointment, obviously with my husband, but he's not on camera. I just came back from a work trip to Udaipur where I was working almost around the clock. I only slept for 3-4 hours a night and I really felt like I was hit by a truck this morning. I am so excited because today we're supposed to see a heartbeat. Last time I thought I was 7-8 weeks pregnant, but it was only 5 weeks. That's what the doctor said, and the baby really looked like a little tiny bloop. And now hopefully there is a heartbeat. This baby really is its father's baby. 90% of the time the baby is super chill. I am feeling totally okay. I'm just dizzy all the time, but that's it. No nausea, no nothing. No pregnancy cravings also. I just like fresh things, more sour things like orange juice or dahi, yogurt, those kind of things, but nothing major. I can't stand jeera or cumin, but that was already before my pregnancy. Like I already had like kind of an aversion of it because I think I eat way too much dishes with jeera, and at one point like I get really turned off if I eat something too much, and now it is up to a point where I'm like, jeera, I can't stand it. Anyways, the night before in Udaipur, I only slept for 3 hours. So I expected to wake up like crazy tired and everything. Nothing. I woke up normal, went ahead about my day, got my flight, was walking on heels, everything. And then when I was rushing to catch my connecting flight to Udaipur, the baby was like, wait, mama, that's enough. And I felt like these kind of like stings in my stomach. Like every time I started walking faster, the baby was like, no. And that's literally my husband at airports. He does not rush. He is like, even if it's final call, he's like, and I was like, okay. I like that because yeah, obviously it is something that I really appreciate in my husband. Like 90% of the time he's chill, 10% of the time he's like, no, I got very firm boundaries on what I want and what I don't want, and I appreciate that. So yeah, good. I'm so excited to go and See the baby's heartbeat.
Because of the ongoing dizziness and no more yoga, I had to lay down a lot to calm down and feel better. I've always been a huge Louise Hay fan, but during this time I listened to her YouTube videos more than ever because they really comforted me. Some more pregnancy symptoms started to come up as well, and it was very cute to see some cravings pop up too.
Yeah, this is definitely my husband's baby. I have an obsession with orange juice right now, which I am mixing with water because I always find orange juice too sweet. As you can hear, my voice is also still not completely healed. Which is sometimes making it hard to breathe, and I'm already like dizzy all the time. I don't really have nausea, but it's just that feeling. I don't know if you've ever been on a road trip in the mountains and taking all those curvy roads. I always get like super dizzy, and also in Ladakh I had this feeling as well, which is just a lower level of oxygen. It makes me so dizzy. For me, it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings. Thank God I don't have nausea, because for me that is by far the most uncomfortable feeling. So this is honestly okay and fine, and I don't have that much fatigue, I have to say. It's more of a dullness, I would say. So the orange juice is really making my day. This is the highlight. This is my second bottle. I'm dehydrated all the time because obviously you have to go to the washroom a lot. So yeah, I have to drink a lot of water. The orange juice helps because it's very tasty. Oh, the reason why I said it's my husband's baby because of the orange juice, he has an obsession for oranges. Anything orange, orange cake, orange juice, orange the fruit, orange candy, whatever, like that is his obsession, and apparently now it is orange juice for me.
All in all, I was feeling okay as long as I took it easy, laid down when I needed it, and just made sure I ate well. However, there was another challenge that came up which I didn't anticipate. When you get pregnant, suddenly you realize how fragile life is. Especially in those first few weeks, there's a good reason why you don't share the news with anyone, because so many things can still go wrong. Stepping out, I also suddenly felt very vulnerable. I never really liked panic or overdramatic fear-mongering, but suddenly I just felt so vulnerable and highly protective at the same time. Nobody could see that I was pregnant, but I already felt like a mom scared for her baby's safety.
Oh gosh, I'm crying all over again because I was watching I was actually re-watching Taylor R's fertility journey. Taylor R is a Canadian girl who lives in Hong Kong. Obviously, my brother lives in Hong Kong, and she is a foreigner living in a different culture, so I've always loved her channel. But her fertility journey, I watched it last year, and it was... She's much, much younger than me, and she and her husband had trouble conceiving. Quite a lot of my friends also had problems conceiving. With me being at my age, I just got really scared that, what if I've been too irresponsible in life? I never wanted children until I was 33. I genuinely never thought that I would have children. But then I quit the corporate world and I traveled the world. And somehow, when everything fell into place, it was just so crystal clear for me that I'm gonna have children, period. Because no matter where I went around the world, having a family, having children, honestly is the #1 source of happiness and fulfillment in life. And I think that's one of the reasons also why I wanted to move to India, because I was like, you know what? I want to be in a place where I love my daily life, where I don't feel that urge to constantly escape the regular daily life that I have. Because then if I bring a child into this world, I will enjoy every single minute with them in that daily life that I love. And I had that feeling here for a long time. And obviously, because of the pandemic, my husband and me got hit quite hard in our business. And then obviously you don't want to bring a child into the world if you're not sorted, right? And it doesn't mean that we're sorted now, but I just got really scared the older I got, and with each year passing that, this might not happen for me. And the reason why I'm crying is just, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to just have, the universe bless us this way. I'm just grateful from the bottom of my heart. And obviously my heart goes out to everyone out there trying to conceive and having issues with that. But especially with my age, I thought like, oh, what if I missed the boat? Sorry guys, I'm a mess. Is this hormones? I don't think this is hormones. This is just, if you've known me for a longer period of time, just watch my Bollywood reactions. This is the real me. Like, I get emotional very fast, and especially if it's things like family and kids and happiness in life.
I mean, you can see the fear and doubts coming through, right? Like I mentioned, normally I'd manage all these emotions by doing yoga next to meditating every single day for an hour. I kept meditating but quit yoga the moment my doctor told me to. Strange fears like walking my dog and fainting suddenly came up, which I'll discuss in a moment. But it was so clear that the responsibility for a child changed me the moment I found out I'm pregnant. But obviously, I needed to keep the fears and doubts rational and not panic, so I started listening to my body more than ever before and asked my doctor which stretches I could still do. Just a few simple stretches a day helped me to become so much more stable. And I definitely needed a more stable mindset for everything else that was going to follow, but also this whole keeping a secret thing is not my jam at all. Should I tell my best friend about this now?
There was a heartbeat. God, I'm so emotional. This is just such a beautiful journey, such a dream come true. Seeing that little blip and just, it's a little like, almost like kidney bean. You're not allowed to click pictures in India or take videos of the ultrasound because of, female feticide. It's illegal here, actually. Honestly, seeing so many women go through the journey with the ultrasounds and gender reveals and those kind of things, I never wanted that. I always just wanted to wait until the due date and then find out what the gender is, because I genuinely couldn't care less. I just couldn't care less if it's a boy or a girl. Each of them has their own things which are fun and less fun. Whichever one is given to you is just a massive blessing. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just too casual in this, but it's all coming from a place of like deep gratitude to be given this gift and to be able to play this role in life of mom, of parents. Wild. I'm feeling totally okay, I have to say. Still very dizzy. I started measuring my BP and my oxygen levels with the oximeters that I still had from the time that I had COVID. And I've noticed that when my heart rate drops in the 70s, that's when I start feeling like really bad, like very woozy. There's nothing bad with my oxygen levels, but it just, the lower heart rate makes me feel just like you're going on a road trip in Ladakh and there's just not enough oxygen in the air. I've always had this feeling in the mountains, hence why I recognize it. I'm constantly feeling unstable up to a point where I almost got scared to walk Bambi because I was like, what if I pass out in the streets? And that is the first time in my life that I even had a thought like that. I know my body is strong and I could see it definitely because I am pregnant in Raffles Udaipur and I went hard those 2 days. I slept only 3 hours a night and I was shooting constantly. I notice when I'm busy, I do forget about the dizziness, fatigue. Not really. It's just a dizziness which is exhausting because I constantly feel like I am out of balance. And then when I actually went to walk Bambi, I felt much better. So I think I kind of have to ignore that feeling and just go out for a walk with Bambi and enjoy the sunshine. Also get my vitamin D in. The good thing here is that I've had a burnout, so I am very attuned to my body. I know when to stop. I know when I'm exhausted, which is right now. I'm really tired, so I'm just gonna go to bed. I can go hard in my work, but I also really go hard in my rest because of that burnout experience. I think baby's on board with that schedule. Like it's working for him or her as well. The orange juice craving has stopped. I pretty much eat everything. I'm a little bit sensitive for cooking smells, but I never really enjoyed them at all. Like I have a strong sense of smell anyways. I should be 8 weeks by next week, 7 weeks? No, tomorrow it's officially 8 weeks. Oh wow, time flew by. I'm kind of in doubts if I should tell my best friend Nadine or not, because I do want to share it with her, but usually you don't share these kind of things until 3 months. Yeah, so I'm a little bit in doubt of that, if I should tell her. I think I should. I don't know, I'm just going with my gut on this one. I'm just gonna take a nap, take some very well-deserved rest, because I've been going hard last 3 days just trying to get the raffles video up, because I really wanted to finish that one. I really loved it. So in case you haven't watched it, go watch it, because now you guys know that I was pregnant. Fun fact, the first person, like outside of my husband, me, and medical professionals, that I had to tell that I'm pregnant was the masseuse, because I got there and she was like, oh, what kind of massage do you want, blah blah blah. And I knew that a couple of things are off limits for pregnant women. So obviously I also didn't take a bath, because you cannot take a hot bath. You can only take a bath which is, I think, 37 degrees exactly, because your body temperature can't rise. It's not good for a growing fetus. And I just didn't have a thermometer to measure the bath water. So I was like, you know what? No bath for me. And then with massages, I also knew that even during your period, you cannot get like a full massage. You have to tell your massage therapist. So I knew that being pregnant, I had to tell her, even though it was only 6 weeks back then. I told her, like, I'm pregnant. She was like, then you cannot get a massage. And I was like, oh, thank goodness I told her, because I didn't know that you couldn't get a massage at all. So I just got a head massage and a foot massage. So yeah, the masseuse at Raffles Udaipur was the first person that I had to tell that I'm pregnant, outside of my husband and medical professionals. So yeah, that was weird, but also fun. It was like, I'm pregnant. Can I get a massage? No. Yeah, that was fun. What else do I want to say? Nothing, I'm just happy.
My best friend Nadine started to ask me if I'm pregnant during our call, and instantly switched to a rant about not telling her until I made it through the first trimester. So even though I wanted to tell her, I backed down and decided to wait. By the way, mad crazy, full respect to all women who have to go to office or step out for work during pregnancy, because laying down in the middle of the day became the biggest privilege and luxury I realized I have being self-employed. Not to mention just being in comfy, stretchy clothes all day, because soon my clothes wouldn't fit anymore.
This is week 10 and a half. It's going to be 11 weeks next Wednesday, and today's Friday. I had a shoot today with Shruti, and my pants are officially not fitting anymore. Now I have to say this is an extra small, so these were always a little bit on the tighter end, but like there's no chance this is not fitting. So I just wore the cut down top, and then Shruti told me that she's pregnant. Last week also another friend told me that they were pregnant, but because I'm not at 12 weeks, I don't feel comfortable telling them. Anyone, actually. It's just my husband who knows, and the doctor. Nobody else. That is weird, because I'm like, yay, you're gonna be a mom, and me too, but I can't tell you yet. So soon I'm gonna tell them. And but yeah, we have reached a phase where my clothes are not fitting.
Regarding food, no other cravings came up anymore. I just ate whatever I fancied, keeping in mind that I needed to be well fed during this time. Also, somehow I didn't like regular chai anymore, so I switched to regular black tea. It was more of an intuitive eating experience, but this all changed when I got a health scare in the second trimester. This will be in the next episode, as well as many more changes in my life.
For the 11 weeks checkup, and I decided to go in my Indian suit. This is at 11 weeks. Wait, can you see anything? Yeah, it's not that I'm not fitting my old clothes. I definitely do still fit 70% or something. It just feels like this is so freaking comfortable, and especially because I've still been feeling dizzy. Today is a bad day, actually. It's just nicer if your clothes are comfortable and everything. So yeah, comfort.
For other expecting moms in Bengaluru, I really loved the Cloud9 branch in Sahakarnagar. The nurses were so sweet, my doctor was the absolute best, and they were very thoughtful towards my husband as well.
Okay, I just have to drink 2 glasses of water for my bladder to be full because apparently that's better for the skin, and then I have to wait for 10 minutes. In India, it is illegal to check the gender of the baby, so I'm not allowed to film inside or take any pictures or anything. That's just for my own memories. But yeah, cheers. Bottoms up.
After a green light from my doctor, it was finally time to tell our loved ones the good news, starting with my parents.
Na, widzisz. Hallo opa en oma.
Opa en oma. Enjoy. So excited. That's crashing.
You're gonna be an
Plus.
uncle.
No. Yeah. Oh my god. Awesome.
Die vierde ga ik zo bellen, ja?
Nee, maar wacht, ik moet je iets vertellen, Nadine.
Oh, oké. Nee, Ivana, ga me niet vertellen dat je... Huh? Ja, rot op, serieus.
Ik wou het je vorige keer al vertellen. Maar jij zei nee.
Mama bear.
Are you ready, young lady?
Oh my god, ready for what?
Are you ready? Hello, auntie.
No.
Als ik het goed heb verteld.
This was a very funny call because my friend Tatiana had just told me she's pregnant a few weeks back now, and now I could tell her as well.
Tat, ik ga me meteen ingooien.
Wat?
Hello, my bump twin.
Nee! Echt?
Ja. Ik wou dat ik je kon bumpen. I would bump you. Oké, by the way. Ik heb dus een boobjob gedaan. Als je het ziet. Ja, en op de natuurlijke manier.
Yes! Oh yeah, I'm so happy!
Shruti and me had actually made a pact last year to get pregnant. We never really spoke about mission #let's get bumped in the meantime, but then a few weeks back, Shruti told me her good news. Again, it was too early for me to tell, and I fully celebrated her while asking her so many questions with my own hidden pregnancy agenda. And then I actually pranked her a bit by saying I wanted to film this funny Indian dance reel, which she did not want to do because it's a bit of a strange dance. I asked her to trust me, and here we are, completing mission #let's get bumped together.
It's going. Okay. Just not lightly, no? Yeah? What? I'm pregnant too. Did you know? What? Me too. What? Oh my god!
That is so cool! Oh my god, I'm so happy for you!
But by the way, I'm also, I'm pregnant.
Oh my god!
All in all, I have to say my first trimester was surprisingly easy and pleasant. I truly enjoyed it, and I did not expect that at all, because usually when you read the stories from other expecting moms about the first trimester, they're all puking and very exhausted. And with me, even though I had the dizziness, it was okay. I truly enjoyed it, and I had so much joy taking all the steps and seeing Bubbly grow. But that was all about the change in the second trimester, because I hinted here and there online that there are many changes in my life right now, not just the pregnancy, not just getting married, and going pregnant through all of these changes actually led to massive overexertion and then a massive health scare, for which now I had to take a lot of rest. Hence why also at the end of 2023 I stopped uploading videos on YouTube. I basically spent a lot of time in bed, but that all will be coming up in the next episode of my pregnancy journey in India, which will probably be published somewhere in February, because due to that health scare and due to the recovery process, I just didn't have the time or the energy to even look at the footage of the second trimester. The video that I'm publishing next, however, is taking my dog Bambi on a train to Mumbai while being pregnant, which was also an interesting experience on its own. And why I did that? Well, I told you, a lot of things in my life are changing right now, so you'll just have to stay tuned until the next episode. Until then, in case you haven't watched part 2 of my pregnancy journey, I have linked that down in the description below. And in case you have no idea that I have a dog, I have linked Bambi's adoption journey video also down in the description below, next to some other playlists. And I'll see you in the next video.